Okay, Stevie, why don't you play it? You want to take one, Jim? You want to try to play it? Let's try the Rising of the Moon. That's the one that doesn't have a title on the top of it, and has the finger patterns on it. Yeah. All right, we'll do the same order. Ty, and then Stevie, and then Jim.
How many times each? Okay. Ah.
Yeah.
So
You know
I
it.
want you to sing out. One, two, ready, and
I claim a blessing. In the morning when I get out of bed, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. Before I even lift my head, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. This is how I start the day, knowing good is on the way. I am claiming perfect health, love and laughter, friends and wealth. In the morning when I get out of bed, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. Before I even lift my head, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. With conviction undeterred and power of the spoken word, take my life and redefine, break the shackles of my mind. In the morning when I get out of bed, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. Before I even lift my head, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. Yeah. I lift my thoughts to a higher ground, knowing miracles are all around. Each day unfolds as it should when I'm focusing on my good. Life is filled with opportunity. Say, I wonder what good is coming to me. Oh, I claim a blessing. Sing it. I claim it. Oh, I claim a blessing. Yeah. I claim it. Oh, I claim a blessing. One more time. I claim it. Oh, I claim a blessing. Claim it.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Charlottesville on this warm spring day. My name is Peggy Ruth, and I have the honor of serving as your celebration assistant this morning. We would like to remind you, if you haven't done so already, to please mute or turn off your cell phones so we don't have any interruptions during the service. And Unity of Charlottesville welcomes everyone, regardless of your religion, your nationality, your sexual status, gender identity, political affiliation, whatever. We are all united in unity. So welcome. Welcome to everyone here in the sanctuary and to everyone joining us online. And a special welcome this morning to Reverend Cheryl Fare. She is the Unity Minister at Unity of Fredericksburg. It's been about a year since Reverend Cheryl was here, so just to remind you a little bit about her, she is not only a Unity ordained minister, she is a certified Enneagram coach with a Master's of Fine Arts in Theater, a BA in both theater and sociology, and she serves with a passion for Unity principles, openly sharing how using Unity teachings has made a difference in guiding her life. She shifted her focus from performing arts to Unity in 2017 and continues to support her clients in communication especially. And now it's time for our gathering song. You all know this one. Please stand, share a handshake or a hug, whatever's comfortable.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm going down. God's going down. In the old days. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Well, everyone was certainly lively and welcoming this morning. And now we'll relax, settle in, and Reverend Cheryl will open us in prayer.
All right, my friends, now that we are all feeling welcome and energized, let's just take that wonderful energy and, if you wish, you can let your outer eyes drift closed or just soften your gaze, whatever you're comfortable with. And take a couple of deep breaths with me. One more. We settle into this wonderful, vibrant, enthusiastic moment, this divine appointment that we all have here together on this wonderful Sunday morning. As we gather here together and together with all of our friends who are online, we expand our awareness of that one presence and one power that is the core of what we are and that we recognize expressing through all circumstances in our lives and in the outer world. And anytime that we feel like we've gotten a little bit off track, all we need to do is take that breath, center in this moment, and be grateful for the one presence and the one power expressing here and now. We're so grateful to be here this morning. We are grateful, grateful, grateful. And so it is. Amen.
And let's close this time of prayer by affirming our mission statement. Together, unity of Charlottesville empowers everyone to express their unique divinity, making a positive difference in the world. And our statement of faith. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent.
fun one to sing. It's your cue.
Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it in my body, I can feel it in my soul, I can feel it in my heart, and I won't let go. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it in my body, I can feel it in my soul, I can feel it in my heart, and it won't let go. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. All this love inside, we can let it shine. Oh, something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Oh, something wonderful.
Something wonderful, wasn't it? How wonderful it is to be here. It's been about a year. I looked at my calendar. I was like, when was the last time? I visited 2 times last year. And I think you all have been busy in the past year. You've had a lot of things going on. And it was exciting when I was, as Peggy was in touch with me, she was like, I think we have an announcement coming soon. You know? And then since then, I've definitely heard that you all have a new minister coming. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. So when I thought about what I wanted to share today, it was like, well, how about we do some work to get ready, right? Yeah. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I want to start off with just a story. There's a little story. So I want you to imagine a very stereotypical married couple living in a very modest little home, one of those little houses, if you can imagine, where if you stand at the kitchen sink and look outside, you know, while you're doing the dishes, you can sort of see the neighbor's backyard and what's going on with them. You know, would probably be an activity like, oh, what's going on over here? So if you imagine the wife of this stereotypical couple, she was always kind of looking, commenting, particularly on this neighbor over here, when they hang out their laundry, because the laundry always looked dirty, like it wasn't clean, like kind of streaked with, and the whites were kind of gray and grimy looking, and she'd comment to her husband, "God, I can't believe this, like, they don't know how to do their, like, maybe their washer's broken, I don't know." So that kind of thing would happen on a regular basis. And then one day, there she was again. She's at the kitchen sink. She's what? The laundry looked clean. She's calling her husband, look, their laundry looks, they must have finally figured out how to do the laundry, because I thought I was gonna have to go over there and tell them, and they finally figured it out. And the husband over here said, "Well, I don't know about that, but I do know it was a lot of work to get that window clean." You get it, right? So in our lives, I mean, we know the way life goes. When we're young, we're taking in all kinds of information. We're learning things, right? We're learning things from our family of origin. We're learning things at school. Some of us may have been going to church and learning all kinds of things, right? And we develop belief systems, and we may have things that happen to us when we're young that makes us decide, "Oh, I'm never going to do that again. I'm never going to try this again." We learn things, and it kind of builds up in our consciousness. Like, some of it is good, right? Some of it, the things we learn, are wonderful things that we keep, like about love and nature and all kinds of things, but there might be some stuff that we're carrying around that we really need to clean the window, right? So my title today is Clearing the Path for New Beginnings, because I figured if I said clean the kitchen window, you're like, what, is this a demonstration on house cleaning or something? A sales pitch for cleaning products? No, but so there's a certain kind of work that we do as adults, that inner work, where we learn to identify the stuff that's built up in our consciousness on that lens that we view the world through, that we need to let go of, right? We need to clean it up. And when change is coming, that's a perfect time to do some of that work, right? Do some of that work. Now, change happens. Sometimes we know it's coming. It's like, oh, that's coming, let's get going. So it could be a graduation, could be, any number of things in your life that is coming. Other times, change is a surprise, like, whoa, that happened. Sometimes you just feel out of sorts. Like, who you are right now is, like something needs to change. Anyone ever felt that? Like, it's just like something's got to give here. This way that I'm being, this way that I'm thinking has got to change. And sometimes we're looking at the outside world. Maybe we're looking at the news. We really want things to change. There are lots of different ways. So I encourage you, as we're talking today, to just kind of approach it at whatever level works for you. And we'll talk about some ways to move into times of change. All right, give me a second to catch up on my notes, because I've been talking. Make sure I haven't forgotten something really good. I think we're in a good place here. All right, I've already covered this, I've covered that. So, I've been talking a lot. So, all right, so let's talk about how we can do this work of kind of cleaning the kitchen window, of helping to clear the path for change. So the first one is easy. Pay attention. Well, I shouldn't say it's easy. It's not easy for everyone. Pay attention to your feelings. Some of us are very comfortable with that. Others would be like, no thanks. Let me just, make a list or something. But just really pay attention to your feelings around whatever landscape of change you have going on in your life. Feelings are there usually kind of as a pointer to say, this is important. It's like when you're having a big, intense feeling, your feelings are going, this is important, pay attention. There's something to be accomplished here. There's an opportunity here. So really take a moment to tap in to your feelings. What am I feeling about this change that has happened or change that's coming, or what's this feeling that I'm having that things aren't quite lining up right now? Just tap into all of that. Ask yourself a few questions. In this scenario, whatever it is for you, am I feeling unseen or unheard? Am I feeling unsafe? Am I feeling unworthy? Am I feeling good, happy? What might I be feeling? Are there any feelings that resonate with judgment? Sometimes we're observing things and we have a real sense of, that's not right. Or we're feeling judged by others, like is judgment showing up? And one practice that can be very helpful for people is journaling. Does anyone spend any time with a journal? Got a few hands here. If you haven't, you might want to just give it a try. Just give it a try and see what happens. If you just get quiet, listen to those feelings and just, write some things down. What's coming up? Because as you document that, then that might kind of, start clearing the path for you. What is the next best step? And just that practice of being present in the moment with whatever feelings are coming up, making note of it, through a process of writing it down, that can be helpful. Now, after you spend some time with your feelings, then notice your thoughts, particularly recurrent thoughts. Those thoughts that pop up to say, that's never going to work, or, whatever it is that might show up for you, whether it's a positive thought or a limiting thought, whatever it is. And also notice the thoughts that are coming up for you around the scenario that you're thinking about. Do they show up in your voice, or is it someone else's voice? I was talking with one woman, we were doing some spiritual counseling, and she was talking to me about how she was primarily raised by her grandmother. And this is a woman in her 70s, and she's like, I'm still hearing my grandmother's voice. And it kind of like the grandmother was one of those, let's stay safe by being skeptical of everything. So, it's like, oh, don't trust that, have a backup, or that's never going to work, or that's, against the rules of the Bible or whatever it was. So just like the thoughts that come up, are they in your voice? Or are you still, just like the dirty kitchen window, are you still carrying around messages that, that you received when you were young? And it's time to clean those off. So again, a helpful practice for many of us would be to, let's write it down. Let's spend some time journaling. Here's a quote I have for you today from Reverend Richard Rohr from his book called Falling Upward. He says, the first half of life is discovering the script. And the second half is to actually write it and own it. So kind of like what we're talking about, in our younger years, we're just kind of taking in information. We're learning how to operate at work, at school, in relationships, and all of those things. We kind of, and then it's like, wait a minute, as an adult, I don't need to carry all of this What is mine to do? And so that practice of writing, I encourage you to give it a try. So this being a Unity ministry, I'm hoping that you all are well steeped in Unity's 12 powers, yes? Yes? All right, good. So anytime we're kind of working on a project, like clearing the path, we want to employ some of our 12 powers. What a wonderful study set that is, that was created by Charles Fillmore. So for those of you who might not be up to speed on Unity's 12 powers, these are 12 inherent aspects of the divine, of that which some of us would call God, that are, I call it a study set because it's kind of in our moments of practice. It's a way for us to tap into how those divine qualities are expressing for us, through us, in every circumstance. So when it comes to this process of listening to our feelings and noting our thoughts as we navigate change, my suggestion is that we take some time in the stillness and declare divine wisdom expressing. So divine wisdom on a spiritual level that is well beyond the scope of our human brains. Because for most of us, our brain pretty much wants to be in charge all the time, doesn't it? Our brain, our ego, our personality is like, I got this, I know how to do this, you need to do that. And when it comes to navigating change, particularly change that has the opportunity for deep and meaningful expression, we need to be tapping into a much more expansive level of wisdom. Wisdom that shows up as that little, what do they call it? The still small voice, right? From Scripture. That little that says, this is how I want to show up. So spending time in your spiritual practice, whatever your spiritual practice is, and there's lots of different kinds, right? We could talk for weeks about different kinds of spiritual practices. In Unity, the one consistent that we encourage is just spending time in the stillness, in the silence, and allowing that divine wisdom to speak into our human consciousness and guide us. So here's an affirmation. We can practice this. If you would like to practice this with me right now, I encourage you to do so. I'll try not to thump the microphone, but I like to put my hand like right on my heart when I say an affirmation, so that the affirmation isn't just kind of up here floating around in my head. It's anchored in my body. It's anchored in my heart space. So here's the affirmation. I'll say it once, and then you can practice it with me, okay? I look within and guide my way using divine wisdom. Say it with me. I look within and guide my way using divine wisdom. One more time. I look within and guide my way using divine wisdom. Yes. Take a breath. All right. Another way that we can work on clearing the path, cleaning that kitchen window, is to take a look at stories that we carry around, right? We all have stories. And stories, what are stories? Stories are kind of bundles of thoughts and feelings and memories that carry significant energy for us. And, because they're attached with lots of feelings, they tend to, can be really strong, because anywhere where our emotions are intense, we really kind of, we remember things, moments from our lives that say something about who we are or who other people are or how life is. But the very interesting thing about stories is that they are fluid. So, from the wonderful place that you are now, you can revisit a story from your life and see if there's an update you can make, a revision, a refresh, knowing what you know now. Because as many of us have experienced, our stories are so subjective, aren't they? Have you ever had a conversation with a family member, say a sibling or a cousin or something like that, and you bring up some event that happened, like, remember when this happened and this happened and this happened, and they have a totally different version of it, even though they were right next to you. You were in the same space, observing the same thing, experiencing the same experience, and yet their version is totally different. Have you ever experienced that? There's a friend of mine who recently had a death in the family, and she was spending a lot of time with her older brother. And he's like 7 years older than her. And so as they looked at things that happened in childhood, he being the elder child that was 7 years old when the baby came, it's like his version of, who dad was, who mom, totally different. Totally different. Now, it's wonderful if we can be in those conversations and really hear each other and see each other, and it's wonderful we can kind of create that space for change, for healing. Because sometimes when you hear someone else's person, it's like, oh, I never thought of it that way. I never thought of, mom's perspective on what was happening, or that uncle or that teacher or whatever it was. So we can always, in our own lives, spend time revisiting our own stories, whether or not you have an opportunity to do it with someone else. We can revisit our own stories and revise them. So one of the things that can be really important when moving into a phase of change is to get real with ourselves about stories that need to be let go, right? I gotta let go of this. I can't keep carrying this around, this story. Anybody have one of those? Yes, we've got some hands, yes. So looking to, here's a quote. So we're talking about letting go. We're talking about, again, one of our 12 powers. The power of, it was originally called, it has a number of names. Elimination or renunciation. I actually like renunciation because renunciation kind of links up with that old energy of, like, say I have pledged myself to this belief. Renunciation is, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to pledge myself to a new belief. A belief about prosperity rather than that old belief about lack. Most commonly these days, us Unity ministers will use the term release because it's just more accessible for us. So here's a quote from Unity founder Charles Fillmore. We must learn to let go, to give up, to make room for the things we have prayed for and desired. Listen to that. Make room for the things we have prayed for and desired. So think about that, things that you've been wishing for, praying on, it's like, okay, there's that work, but if you don't make room for it, it's not gonna come through so clearly, is it? So, releasing old stories, and here's another quote, and I don't know if this is really a Zen proverb or not. It kind of sounds like a joke to me, but let go or be dragged. I did not take the time to like research that to see if that, but it's a good one, don't you think? Because sometimes, like I said, you know, sometimes that kind of change that's already happened, like whoop, that happened. It's like, you're in it now. So let go of all that other stuff because things are different now. So things that we might need to let go of in our old stories, I would think number one is judgments about what's right or wrong, or, you know, what people are like. That particularly comes into dynamics with families, you know, where you kind of decide what kind of person they are when you're 7 years old, and no matter what they do, it's like you're still believing that, or someone's believing that about you. Those kinds of things, like letting go of those kinds of judgments, letting go to attachments to certain outcomes. Like you're imagining, oh, it's going to be like this and this and this, and you're really attached to that. We have to let go of these things, my friends, in order to be present and just be present and be loving in the moment and evolve together as a community, as, you know, family, whatever it is you have going on. You have to let go of those attachments to, I want it to be like this. I want it to happen on Tuesday. I want it to be purple. I'll only do it if it shows up like this. We had to let all that stuff go to make space for new and expectations. Expectations, like, you know, let me just be, you know, direct about what you all have. A lot of us have expectations about what a minister does or doesn't do. That's something that needs to be discovered together. Because every minister will have a different idea about what a minister does or doesn't do, right? Every community will have a culture. So those kinds of attachments. So let's use that power that we have for releasing, for intentionally releasing, and let's practice that together, all right? So I've got a release statement. Now, in the old language of Unity teachings, they called this a denial. I don't use that word too much because, like, since they wrote that, then psychology came into being, and things like, you know, psychological denials. We don't want to be like, la, 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 la. No, we don't want to be doing that, but we are letting go. So I'm going to put my hand on my heart again. You can do that if you want. I'll say it once. You can repeat it with me and relate it to whatever it is you have going on. I give no power to thoughts of limitation and judgment. Say it with me. I give no power to thoughts of limitation and judgment. One more time. I give no power to thoughts of limitation and judgment. I very often will kind of use a physical, Charles Fillmore talked about using this practice of denial, like clearing away the cobwebs, or, you know, cleaning the kitchen window, clearing the path. So take a breath. All right. So with our Unity practices, whenever we do a release statement, we've cleared a space there. We always want to fill that space with a good, strong truth statement, right? So let's work on putting that together. So whatever the dynamics of stories that you might be carrying, you do have the power to revise and rewrite those, because you have grown in wisdom and maturity since whenever that story happened, haven't you? Right? We always have those moments of like, those kind of like, what if? What if I could go back to when I was, 17, knowing what I know now? What would I do different? But we have the power to kind of do that in our imagination, right? So that we can go back to whatever that story is and view it through the lens of compassion. compassion for everyone involved in the story, including yourself. Say your story is about, I messed that up, I keep messing it up. Like, can you revisit, view it with the eyes of compassion? View it through the lens of the maturity that you have now. Take the time with whatever story it is that you're carrying around to imagine what it might be like for each of, play the scene out for each of the persons, each of the people that was involved, and imagine what it was like for them. Very often with our stories that are all tied up with feelings and judgments about, oh, they were so mean to me, or whatever. It's like you have the capacity at this point in your life, you've been coming to Unity, to go back in your imagination and see it from the perspective of another person in that story. And what does that show you? You can do that. You can open your heart to understanding their perspective through your spiritual practice. So again, like if you haven't tried journaling, or if you do, this might be a great time to just do some creative writing. Let's rewrite that story, knowing what I know now. We know that we can't literally go back and do that, but the point of all of that kind of daydreaming, or if I could, how would I have shown up in that moment? You can do that. You can do that revising, refreshing, enlightening, shining the light into an old story. Here's a quote from an English author named Neil Gaiman. The one thing that you have that nobody else has is you. Your voice, your mind, your story, your vision. And you can make those revisions in your own mind. And that's a wonderful way to work on clearing the path, healing, opening yourself up to compassion and understanding. And let's also move into a spiritual level. Let's draw from Scripture, shall we? For those of you who enjoy something from Scripture, I'm going to pull here from the words of Jesus, the Gospel of John, chapter 6, verse 63, when Jesus said, "The words that I have spoken to you are spirit and life." The words that I have spoken to you are spirit and life. And in Unity, the way that we view Jesus, the way that we are in relationship with Jesus is as an example. That how Jesus shows up is Jesus showing us how we can show up. And so your words, the words that you use to frame a story, are spirit and life. What do you want to enliven? What do you want to enlighten in your particular story? So as you practice kind of rewriting a story, you can give your words that kind of spirit and life. And what we're practicing as we do that, again, one of our 12 powers, 12 power that is called sometimes power, dominion, mastery. So this is your sovereign authority over your consciousness. Because no one else can get inside your mind and tell you how to feel and how to think, can they? There are plenty of influences in the world, but that's a space where that is absolutely yours and yours alone. And you have that power of mastery to put the energy of love and strength and faith into your words, into the story that you're telling yourself, you have that power. That power allows you to speak your truth in this moment, here and now. So let's do an affirmation. All right? You know the drill now. You've got it. I use my power of mastery to create my life experience. Say it with me. I use my power of mastery to create my life experience. One more time. I use my power of mastery to create my life experience. Yes, indeed. So, these are all things that you can use as you are preparing for a time of change, or dealing with change that has already happened, or feeling that unsettled thing where, the way I've been is not going to suit this anymore. I need to change. Or those moments when you're looking at the world and going, this needs to change. Where does change start? Right here, right here. There's always something that you can do, that you can be responsible for, your thoughts, your feelings. So this is all work that we can do on the personal, individual, spiritual level to work on navigating change and asking yourself, what energy do I choose to bring to this new situation? So that's your homework for you all to be sitting with, writing on, making some affirmations, letting things go. What energy do I choose to bring to this? What divine qualities do I intend to express as Unity of Charlottesville goes into its new phase, as each of us personally deals with the stuff that we have going on in our lives? So just a quick review, and then we'll wrap it up. So paying attention to your feelings and thoughts, noticing, being present, maybe try writing it down, looking at your stories that you're carrying around, working on revising, refreshing, imagining new stories, knowing what you know now, and using our unity principles, right? Practical application. Let me take that list of 12 powers and go, how can I use this one in this situation? How can I use that one in this situation? Letting go of the old wineskins that we're carrying things around in, and stepping into the opportunity, clearing the path for a new way of being. So I see you all doing that in wonderful ways, and I can't wait to hear what wonderful things are coming into expression here at Unity of Charlottesville. Thank you so much.
Flow to you, flow to you. Let the river of my worship flow to you. Lord, I pray in all I do. Let the river of my worship flow to you. like streams in the valley, swell with the rain. Let the songs of my heart rise to bless your name and flow to you, flow to you. Let my worship flow to you, flow to you, flow to you. Let the river of my worship flow to you. Lord, I pray in all I do, let the river of my worship flow to you, like streams in the valley, swell with the rain. May the songs of my heart rise to bless your name and flow to you, flow to you. Let my worship flow to you. I love you, Lord, and everything about you. I worship you with all my heart. Let all my heart flow to you, flow to you. Let the river of my worship flow to you. Lord, I pray in all I do, let the river of my worship flow to you, like streams in the valley, swell with the rain. May the songs of my heart, may they rise to bless your name and flow to you, flow to you. Let my worship flow to you. May all my worship, let all my praise flow to you, flow to you. Let us all take a deep breath. Settle just a little bit more into your seat. If you wish, you can soften your gaze or let your eyes close, whatever is comfortable for you. As we
we continue this practice of opening our awareness to that one presence and one power. And as we've been talking about navigating change today, just imagine yourself moving through a phase of change, preparing for change or dealing with change that's already happened, listening to your feelings and your thoughts. And we know that through any process there may be obstacles, there may be challenges. Just imagine yourself just gently brushing those aside, letting go of any cobwebs in your mind, any stories that need to be released. And imagine yourself showing up, responding from a seat of wisdom and mastery, claiming, let me be wise, let me be faithful, let me be understanding and compassionate. Let me be the power of love. And now let us move into the stillness together. And as we begin to bring ourselves back to the current moment, we can hear the birds outside the window. Feel the body in the seat, the breath moving in and out of the body. And let us take a moment to lean into gratitude. Grateful for all of the wonderful spiritual practices that are available to us, that assist us in that process of cleansing and releasing. And so thankful for that inner guidance that inspires us and affirms all that we know to be true. So as we come back to the room that we're in and open our eyes, let's have one more affirmation. Here it is. You know the practice now. I release as I release and let go, I am divine and I am grateful. Say it with me. As I release and I let go, I am divine and I am grateful. One more time. As I release and I let go, I am divine and I am grateful. And so it is.
Wow. Reverend Cheryl, thank you. What a powerful, powerful message. You've given us tools not only as members of our congregation preparing for change, but within our everyday life, these spiritual principles that we all have. So thank you. Beautiful message, beautiful meditation. Well, now that we've been filled up, it's our opportunity to give back to Unity of Charlottesville. Our tithes, our talent, our treasure. We are so thankful for all that you give to this ministry. We could not exist without your generosity. There are many ways to give. We can put our offering in the butterfly net that Buddy will be bringing around. You can use your phone in church, scan the QR code, and donate that way. Just type give when you text in the telephone number. And of course, you can always mail a check to the church office. However you give, again, we are very, very grateful. Here's our, there, let's do this. Together, divine love as me blesses and all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Blair, I'm sorry, I just want to say one thing. Wow. As I've been moving through this service, I got a clear message from Spirit to dedicate this song to our new minister, Reverend Stacy Collins. And in doing so, especially after your message and your meditation, preparation, cleansing, clearing, it just feels right for me. I'm, when Spirit sends me a message, I say yes. So, and in doing so, let's hold her in our hearts. Let's really hold her in our hearts. So that wherever you are, Reverend Stacy Collins, if you're in Houston or elsewhere, we want you to feel our love and our welcome. We can't wait. Okay.
2, 3, 4.
Many pray along the way.
They don't stop to wonder
What the world is coming to.
they let something higher reveal the way to greater love.
So the truth is telling me,
Sing of liberation.
for the ones who are not free,
Love can take us higher. Reveal the way to greater
if you want to, you can stand.
Yeah.
Come on, let's do
So
it.
let it,
Wash over us.
we let it,
Make us kinder.
we let it,
Lift us higher.
we let
it be.
we let it,
Early in the morning.
we let it,
Hold us
Love's the only answer.
To all humanity,
We can stay inspired. Reveal the way to greater love.
stand up if you want to. Let's take it home. Come on. Yeah, come on. Dance.
We let it,
Wash over us.
we let it,
Make us kinder.
we let it,
Lift us higher.
we let
We let it be.
we let it,
Early in the morning.
we let it,
Hold us together.
we let it,
Wash over us.
we let
We let it be. Sing it out. We let the love
wash
wash over us.
We let
We let it be. Oh yeah. Joy.
we let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let
We let it wash over us.
wash
All day, all night, and in between.
We let
We let it be. Let's take it home, guys. Come on, let's take it home. All you got.
we let
The divine
wash
love.
over
We are divine.
us. We
We are love.
we
We share it with all we come into contact to. We let it be. Yes. Woo! Woo! We love you, Reverend Stacy Collins.
Michelle, you want to give us an update from the board?
Thank you, Peggy. So 2 things today. Here's the first. So today is the last day of our spring fundraiser. So if you have not made a donation yet, or if you'd like to, if you feel moved by spirit to make an additional donation, please do. Our current total is $81,754, which, give yourselves a big round of applause. That's fantastic. Our originally stated goal was $135,000, so whatever you can do to get us closer would be great. And we will, we will do wonderful things with that, with your donations. The second things I want to report, and this is as a board member and also as the director of the Meditation Garden, is that our garden is about to grow again. I don't know if you've been out there this spring, but our pollinator garden is doing fantastically. We've just had some additions to our Taoism garden, so please do take time to walk out there, going down the steps towards the Fillmore House and then over through the garden. It's looking great, and it's about to look greater because we are about to build a storage shed and a supply shed behind the Fillmore House. There's been stuff just piled back there for a long time, and now that stuff is still going to be piled back there, some of it, but now it's going to be enclosed, so you don't have to look at it when you go back to use the garden. So anyway, just wanted to let you know because we're going to start construction probably next Saturday, and hopefully it won't take too long, but you might see some construction going on out there, and that's what we're doing. We're building a new shed, so come out and take a look at what we're doing, and then and walk through the garden.
Thank you, Michelle. We have a few opportunities for transformation. PMH has an art show downstairs. It's wonderful. So when you go down for fellowship, please take time to see her wonderful drawings that are on display throughout the month. And the community engagement team has the barrel in the narthex. Let's fill it to overflowing. These things are so, so needed right now, and especially personal items, not just food. So toothpaste, toilet paper, all those things that they can't use SNAP benefits for.
I'm sorry, but real quick, there was a request made for items for kids' lunches, because summer's coming and kids need lunches, so like ramen or canned ravioli, they put in a request, and also sunscreen. That was told to me by the food bank. Thank you.
Shirley, thank you for that update. Wonderful. You all have been so generous when we do this food drive, so we just see tons and tons of stuff going out to the food bank. The Joe Crookston concert is coming up. Blair, do you want to say a little word about this?
Yeah, Joe Crookston is wonderful. He's been here before and met with great success, winning new audience members and pleasing old audience members. So we have people of both descriptions in here. I'm an old audience member, but yeah, he's going to be great, so you should come, and he will be here on Sunday morning doing the special music as well. But this concert is the thing to go to because you will hear so many wonderful songs.
And that's Saturday the 23rd, $20 in advance, $25 at the door. Tony?
Good morning, everyone. We are starting a new book study for Earth Care. It's written by the woman who came to do the workshop when we had the Earth Month. Sarah Jane is her name. This is her book. She took Doug Ptolemy's work, who's really well known for a lot of kind of things that we can do in our own backyards for protecting the environment. She took his work and actually created kind of a workbook for it to help you kind of take big conceptual ideas. And she had this idea for Doug Ptolemy and was trying to figure out how to get a hold of him. And one morning she walked out, and you know how sometimes when people pick up the garbage, they leave like an envelope? She picked up an envelope in her yard, and it had Doug Ptolemy's address on it. And he lived 2 doors down from her in Pennsylvania. And like they have like 5-acre properties, so they didn't know each other. But she went to find him and said, Doug, we really need this book where we help people know how to do something in their own backyard. And he said, Sarah, I don't have time to write it. You need to write it. And so it's really, really good. And she was really, really wonderful. And so I encourage you to be part of the book study. One of our goals is to try to figure out how can we make it easier for people here at Unity, both on our campus, but also at your houses, to take these kind of steps. So now I'm here with another hat on. So Christy, you want to come up? Yeah. So I'm also really excited about this project and actually really grateful to Christy for being so amazing at stepping up for these ideas. As you may recall from our prosperity meeting back in February, we talked about kind of as a community how we wanted to be out more in the community, that we wanted to be engaging with the larger community. And that was a goal that a lot of people shared in the room that day. And so one of the things we talked about at that meeting was we have a community who uses our space every week, and that's the Tibetan community, and yet we don't really know them, and yet they are incredible, and they are incredibly grateful to Unity. And so we've organized a joint Tibetan potluck to have with them so that we can get to know these wonderful people, and they can get to know us, and really have more a sense of community together. And so Christy's going to talk to you about kind of the logistics of that.
Hi, everyone. I'm real excited about this event, and so are our Tibetan friends. I've been in communication with a few of them, and we just want to encourage you, if you'd like to come, it's optional to bring a food item. They are used to providing a lot of food for their community gatherings, and it's a chance for all of us to mingle between our communities and try to get to know each other. So like I said, it's optional for you to bring a dish to share. They will be providing a lot of food, and they're also bringing some tea. They have 2 different kind of teas they're bringing, so that should be delightful. So please come join us if you can. Thank you.
Say, Diane Jones is actually also leading it, but she couldn't be here this Sunday, so I'm sort of standing in for her. But I want you to know that if you have questions, please talk to Diane too. Thank you.
And that's going to be on Sunday, June 7th. No, you don't need to sign up. Just bring something. You all were so wonderful about the spontaneous potluck that we did a couple of weeks back. I know the food's going to be wonderful. You're all going to bring your best stuff. Yeah. Greg. Greg's going to share about a wonderful meditation opportunity.
Good morning. So take a deep breath right now. And let it out. You know, love and peace are all around us all the time and within us all the time. All we have to do is call it forth. And our Meditation Together group that has formed a few weeks back is another opportunity to do that. How's everybody feeling right now? Pretty good? Thank you, Reverend Cheryl, for bringing us to such a wonderful spot today. How'd you like to come into service feeling really good? Yeah? Well, Meditation Together is an opportunity to do that. Rosie and I, one of our ideas, Rosie leads this group through guided meditation, and one of our ideas was to bring ourselves closer to the peace and love that we all know is out there all the time and within us all the time, and to bring our hearts into that space before we come in here. And so that's an opportunity for you to come and join us to do that. We sort of meet every other Sunday. We've tried to work around holidays like Mother's Day, and our next gathering is going to be on the 31st of May. And each one of our sessions has tried to focus on one of the unity principles. And so on May 31st, we're going to be focusing on trusting the field, which is energetic connection, aligning ourselves with divine wisdom. And we heard some about that today as well. So I hope you all will join us. We have, I think, 3 sessions left, and then we're going to kind of reevaluate and see what we're going to do next. But we meet in the meditation room over in the Peace House at 9:15, and there's a flyer out in the narthex with the dates and the topics. So we hope you'll join us.
Thank you, Greg. I was so pleased when you all started this because I felt we needed more opportunities to pray and meditate together. So you were answering a call for sure. Ellen, we're talking about a lot of energy today, and Ellen and Denise have something exciting after service.
Well, good morning. I am so excited to be here today and to do this energy workshop this afternoon. Thank you so much for that message. It's perfect preparation for helping us shift energy by holding points on our bodies while we focus on what we want to change. Because when we make those changes, it allows the space within the energy patterns of our body to feel the exact opposite. So if we're feeling fear, we shift the energy, we feel hope. So there's a lot more. Come on down. We're going to be there for maybe 2 hours, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's a special week in many cities. but especially right here in Charlottesville. Because at UVA, it's graduation week. It's Dr. Stephen Traveris, would you come up?
Stevie graduated.
Yep.
Stevie, you may remember when he graduated from YOU.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or Uniteens or Unikids.
You're right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Stevie just graduated from the University of Virginia. Stephen has just earned his doctorate degree. So, Dr. Stephen.
Yes. Yes. Hey, Stephen!
Let's give him a special unity blessing. We see you going forth into the next phase of your vibrant lives, enthused and ready for all good things that come before you. And so it is. We love you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you.
All right.
They didn't know we were going to do that. Healing helpers will be over here in the corner with PMH. Buddy will be up front for individual prayer. Next week, Reverend Kate Adamson will be back.
Yay.
We look forward to that. Immediately after service, there will be choir practice, so please come up front immediately. That's very important. We're getting ready for some important things. And we have a lot of thank yous this morning. It takes a village to create this service. The blessing team that greets us as we arrive this week was Buddy, Kathleen, Tony, and Maggie. Thank you. Our sound team this week, Boyan and Greg. And of course, our music team. Wouldn't be a service without Blair Jones, our music director. Our amazing Unity band, Blue, Ty, Jim, and Stevie. And our praise singers, Janice, Christina, Kevin, and John. Thank you.
And Rhonda. And Rhonda. She had to leave. She had to go early. Yeah, Rhonda.
Of course, Rhonda. Rhonda and her solo. And downstairs, the hospitality team today is Tommy and Jean. Give a little love there. So let's share our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us.
The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And wherever God is, all is well. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be.
Cheryl Fare.
We have a celebratory graduation cake there.
He's moving, he's grooving.
Yay. Good job, everybody. Great job. Thank you. Wonderful talk. Love it. I always